Leaks for the Elder Scrolls 6 has been flooding the internet recently, and if these are true, we are in for a treat.
What is it, citizen? The Imperial Legion is at your disposal, citizen. What seems to be the problem?
Welcome back, my fellow companions, into another video today. Now, before I talk about the leaks, can we just all clarify that these aren't 100% legit? Just take it as a pinch of salt, as we are just having a bit of fun here. Well, let's head into the video. Before I go into the list of the leaks, the guy had to say this: posting all I can, I'll stick around for 20 minutes or so. I worked at Bethesda, soon won't be, currently assigned to Elder Scrolls 6 doing modeling work. Call BS if you like, but someone please screen cap for release. There's apparently going to be 13 major cities. Now the smallest one is around the size of Whiterun, largest maybe 6 times that. I can't actually think this might be true. Whiterun is a very, very big city. You know, obviously now I do expect all cities to be bigger than Whiterun, but for it to be 6 times bigger than that, my god, that's going to be massive. The only problem I have with that is what the NPCs are going to be doing. Are they actually going to be interactive? Are they going to be doing things? Is it going to look like real life, or there's just going to be empty spaces where they'll just like put like a useless NPC and they'll kind of just be glitching and stuff? The same thing with Starfield. We had that with the cities there. They were massive, and a lot of detail and a lot of work has to go into these cities, and you can see where they just got a bit lazy because you might not explore to that area. There might not be quests in that section of the city, so we'll just put an NPC there and they will kind of just do nothing, and it won't look like it's real life, which is what I don't really want, and I hope they don't put in the game. But if they're going to be 13 major cities and they're obviously going to be bigger with interactiveness, I'm all for that. That's going to be amazing. And obviously I want to see bigger cities. You know, a lot of the games that are coming out are having massive cities, so which is going to be awesome. You can only join 4 guilds per playthrough, since quests are going to align to destroy other guilds. Now this is an awesome thing to have in this game, because it's been missing in the previous games of Skyrim and Oblivion, that other guilds aren't having pressure of, you know, losing to another guild, and it's really good to have that tension between the guilds, because in the past games you've been able to do whatever you want, and which is a great thing, and I love that in the Elder Scrolls universe. But the thing is though, to have the tension between the guilds, so you join one or the other and your choices matter, and you can actually align your kind of own story, I think is a really good thing for the game. Now we're obviously going to have the basic factions such as Mages Guild, Dark Brotherhood, Fighters Guild, and Thieves Guild. That's always been a tradition in the Elder Scrolls universe. But there's also a faction called Imperial Cult and Temple of the Three. Now the Imperial Cult is a cult that is based out in Cyrodiil, and its mysteries across the Empire are handled by the Council of the Nine. During the Imperial colonization of Vvardenfell in the Third Era, the Imperial capitals of Ebonheart, the Imperial Cult at that time maintained relatively good relationships with the other guilds of Morrowind, being allies with the Imperial Legion, Blades, and Fighters Guild, and on friendly terms with the Mages Guild, House of Halu, and House of Redorian. There are different positions in this cult. For example, lay healers gather ingredients for health and healing potions and minister to the sick and hurt in poor and isolated communities. Almanors gather alms from fellow members, and people with good mercantile skills often fall into this line of work. And that's just a brief description of the Imperial Cult. We have had a little bit in the actual game with, in Morrowind, the Imperial Cult Shrine and the Priest, the Temple of the One in the Imperial City Oblivion, the Temple of the Divines in Solitude in Skyrim, the Cathedral of Akatosh in Kvatch in Elder Scrolls Online, and an Imperial Cult Oracle in the Legends. Now that's all the information we know for the Imperial Cult. Now I don't really know how it's going to play out to be as a faction. Now we have the Temple of the Three, and we basically know almost nothing about the Temple of the Three. All we know of the Temple of the Three is that it is located in East Marsh, which could actually indicate that we could be having a location at the Black Marsh. I very, very highly doubt it. Dragons are confirmed to be in Elder Scrolls 6. Now, that's a cool thing. I did actually really enjoy dragons in Skyrim. I thought that was a really cool introduction. I just don't want as many dragons, because I felt like there was just too many dragons, especially when you're trying just to explore and enjoy the game. At the College of Winterhold, I had all the dragons spawning there every time I went there. It got really frustrating. So I'd like them just to limit the dragons a bit, but obviously we're going to see more bearded dragons as they are more prone to be in the desert. That's where they live off, so they're going to be a lot more detailed, and they're probably going to be even better and stronger. Now moving on, we are going to be getting what is termed to be called New Word Wolves, which is to learn new shouts. Now, shouts was introduced in Skyrim, a really cool thing, a really cool ability to actually use in the game. When you kill a dragon, you gain an absolute soul, and then that you can use that as a shout. And I find that's a really cool thing to have in the game. It did really well in Skyrim, and it made a lot of sense. So I wonder if that's going to align with the story like it did with Skyrim. Now moving on to the next one, and we've already talked about this in other videos, and a lot of you guys would already know, but it is Hammerfell. Now Hammerfell is a massive region covered by vast jungles, wooded mountain ranges, subtropical grasslands, humid swamps, and arid deserts. The desolate Alkura Desert is one of the Hammerfell's most well-known regions, taking up the northwest corner of the province. The province is especially notable for being the home of the Redguards, a race men known for being cunning warriors and skilled swordsmen. Though many skirmishes followed the invasion of Yakuta, the land stayed under the ownership of the Redguards. The second last one is skills are expanded and complexity somewhere between Morrowind and Oblivion. Now I really liked how Morrowind's skill ranking was. I loved how you can do your acrobats, you know, you can jump, and Skyrim that wasn't a thing. I wasn't actually the biggest fan of the leveling up system. Obviously I like that you can unlock, you know, new abilities and new unlocks with enchantments and crafting new weapons. I love that type of thing, but I like the classic of Oblivion and Morrowind. I found it was very, very good, but obviously them saying it's going to expand, I'm interested to see how they're going to do that though. Are they going to have even a higher level, like not like level 100 with Skyrim? It could be level 1000 smithing or something. And what actual attributes are they going to have in this game? I'm wondering if there's going to be anything new into the game. I kind of don't think where they could add in anything new, but maybe they could. I'm not 100% sure. So let me know if you guys know any new abilities they could have down below in the comments that they could add in Elder Scrolls 6. Now the last one, and I'm not so fond of this, but I would like to just briefly talk about it, is sword swinging. Now sword swingers were an order of the Yakundan warriors who followed the way of the sword, a martial philosophy on blade mystery. Singers were capable of astonishing feats of swordsmanship and were viewed by some to be as much mages as warriors. They sought strength of body and of mind. Although the tradition of sword swinging originated in Yakuta, it was brought to the shores of Tamriel by the Rhagadar and in the First Era. The sword swingers were instrumental in claiming the entire province of Hammerfell and establishing a new homeland for the Yakundan people. The sword saints were the greatest among them. The most accomplished sword swinger in history was Frando Hunding, whose writings on the subject were revered by the Redguards centuries later. Now I'm really interested to see exactly what the sword swinging might actually do into this game. Is it going to be another faction, or is it going to be like a type of just side quest that's going to be a very big situation, or is it going to be somewhat in the main story? I'd be loving to see what actually would happen. Now I'm sorry if I can't really abbreviate much off the sword swinging. I haven't really and don't know much about the sword swinging. I definitely want to learn more about it, so unfortunately I cannot bring you as much information as that. But that's going to wrap up this video for today. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Now obviously it's not all legit news, so we don't actually know what's actually going to happen. It'll be cool to look back on this maybe down a few years down the track, or whenever this game wants to release, and see what we got wrong or what we didn't get wrong. It's just nice to have a bit of fun. So hopefully you guys had a bit of fun to, you know, experiment your mind, you know, have a bit of fun with thinking about what could be in the game or what they could be adding into the game. You never know, this person could be of work from Bethesda. We just don't know. But make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below of what you're most excited for in Elder Scrolls 6. And I appreciate you guys watching this video, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.